This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
I'm a Democrat. Loyal Democrat. But first, primarily, I am loyal to the country before I'm loyal to my party. And I also believe that we all have an obligation to defy the urge of in-group loyalties. Defy the urge to support whatever it is that our Democratic leaders say. I have encouraged people, I really try to model good behavior about criticizing Joe Biden, Merrick Garland, these other Democrats when necessary. Not just to do it, not just to be a contrarian, but when it's justified. And it's justified right now. Because yesterday, when Marine One, which is the helicopter that carts the president around, that lands on the lawn there at the White House, it had just landed. Joe Biden walked over and did a little bit of a Q&A with the press. And he said something that I believe needs criticism, demands critique. It's something that he has done in the past. He at one point said that Mitch McConnell was an honorable man or some other just bullshit. But he's done it again, and this is related to getting gun legislation passed in an effort to mitigate, lessen the number of school shootings and mass shootings in general that we in America uniquely face. And in his remarks, I'm only going to play a minute or so. He calls Mitch McConnell a rational Republican. And I don't know if this is based on his adherence to some nostalgic understanding of the friendship he once had with Mitch McConnell in the Senate 20 or 30 years ago. I don't know. But this is not what we need right now. We need rational actors talking about the world in real terms, dealing with reality on reality's terms. And it is not reality that Mitch McConnell is a rational Republican. We'll play the clip and we'll talk about it on the other side.
The Constitution, the Second Amendment, was never absolute. You couldn't buy a cannon when the Second Amendment was passed. You couldn't go out and purchase a lot of weaponry. And those who, not many are saying it anymore, but there was a while there where people were saying that, the tree of liberty is water with the blood of patriots, and what we have to do is you have to be able to take on the government when they're wrong. Well, to do that, you need an F-15, you need a Abrams tank. So it's just, I think things have gotten so bad that everybody's getting more rational about it. At least that's my hope and prayer. Oh, I know I have to, but there's the Constitution. I can't dictate this stuff. I can do the things I've done, and any executive action I can take, I'll continue to take. But I can't outlaw a weapon. I can't, change the background check. I can't do that. And my whole career I've been doing it. Persuasion, yeah. But there's been a few things happening. I think there's a realization on the part of rational Republicans, and I consider McConnell a rational Republican, Cornyn is as well. I think there's a recognition on their part that we can't continue like this. We can't do this.
Look, I don't think Joe Biden's a bad guy. I don't know him well, but I had many instances where I had interpersonal interaction with him when I worked at the Senate. He's a very nice man, a decent human being. And I think maybe he's twisting himself in a pretzel, breaking his arms to try to wrap them around Mitch McConnell in some persuasive manner. But we know who Mitch McConnell is. He's not a loyal person. He's not a concerned person. He's not an empathetic person. It is because of Mitch McConnell that we have the Supreme Court right now that is poised to strip away women's rights to abortion. We can blame Mitch McConnell singularly for that. That's not a rational Republican. That is a radical. So what is the motivation here by Joe Biden to heap effusive praise upon this radical Republican, trying to move the needle and convince America? It's not just convincing. Who's he trying to convince? These are public statements consumed by the public, all of us. And he's calling Mitch McConnell rational. I mean, the only thing that I can surmise is that he's attempting to butter Mitch McConnell up, like he's going to convince Mitch McConnell to support gun legislation because, good old Joe called me rational. I think I'll completely change my stripes and do something that is anathema to me. Bizarre. Unhelpful. Not just unhelpful, Joe Biden, hurtful. This is harmful. This sets us back. Because there is no efficacy here. It is not going to do anything. It's not going to move the needle. All it does is put Democrats at a disadvantage from a strategy perspective, that we are just weak and feckless and we have no understanding of the political landscape. And maybe that's true among our leaders. I don't think it's true among you and me. I think you know what needs to be done. I think we have the political courage and intestinal fortitude, as it said, to do what needs to be done. Our political leaders, I don't know. Because if he truly believes, if he's not just doing some level of manipulation here, if he truly believes that Mitch McConnell is a rational Republican, he's got to go. Because he has a childlike understanding of what is happening in our country right now. He has a decades-old understanding of who Mitch McConnell is. It's like he went into some kind of a deep sleep for the last 30 years and has not witnessed the devolution of the Republican Party into the radical white supremacist organization that it is today. What do you think? I'm certain that many of you out there disagree. Call and let me know. 714-576-4054. You can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I would ask you this, though, before you call in. Check yourself. Think about if you're going to defend Joe Biden on this. Ask yourself if you too believe Mitch McConnell is a rational Republican. And if you don't, and you find yourself acting on the tendency to defend because he's a Democrat, and that's the only reason you're defending, check that impulse. Because it does no one any good. But if you truly do believe he is right, I want to hear from you. I'm at a loss. Very, very, very disappointed. Follow me on social media. You can also connect with me there. Yell at me there. I'm at Dollemore on Twitter, at Dollemore on Instagram, and at Dollemore on TikTok. I'd love to see you there. If I do anything for you that is valuable, listen, if there's somebody out there on this platform that does more for you than me, support that person. Throw that person a couple dollars a month, whether it be through their Patreon or if they have channel memberships turned on. Farron Cousins is your guy. Support Farron. He's fantastic. But if I am your flavor of political commentator, please consider supporting my work. For as little as $1.99, like I said, you can become a channel member, or you can go over to my Patreon, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast, and support me there. That absolutely supports what I do right here, helps produce what I do right here. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.